And Chad Holmes back again here from DC Everest. It's always a lot of fun trying to get lineups in about 10 minutes time. There's a bunt attempt, 2 up and 2 down for Pulaski. Let's get the setup real quickly here. Because, of course, I had to run down and get the lineups for the second game in about 10 minutes and get back here and try to get this all set up. But nevertheless, it is Pulaski and Wausau West, second game for the Warriors here in this DC Everest Invitational. The Warriors, they lost to Neenah 5-3. Pitching here in game number 2 for the Warriors is Nora Hintz. And she's got 2 up and 2 down. And there's a swing and a foul ball by Camry Dorn, the pitcher for Pulaski as well. So we're going to get you all these lineups. We're going to get you set up here. I haven't filled out all my sheets yet, but that's one of the things about doubleheaders. I got to say, it's because coaches do not actually set up their lineups for the second game until the first game is done. They take all that information and try to use it in game number 2. There's a pitch that rolls in from Nora Hintz, and the count evens up at 1-1. So Nora Hintz is the pitcher. Got a new catcher as well. Taylor Murkowski is the catcher here in game number 2 for Wausau West. Here comes the 1-1, and there's a liner into left field for a base hit. Playing it off a hop and bobble, but then picked up and fired back in by the Warriors and Jenna Gravine. A hard hit liner to left field for Camry Dorn with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning for the Pulaski Red Raiders, and they'll bring up their cleanup hitter, the first baseman Madison Bloom. But real quickly, the leadoff hitter Molly Moulton grounded back to the pitcher for the first out, and then a pop-up by Josie Shaw to third base for the second out. So again, the first 2 hitters were retired. Now the 2-out single by Dorn. And now the cleanup hitter Bloom will step in for Pulaski. Jaden Kalmus, who caught in the first game, is at first base for Wausau West here in game number 2. Brianne Bushong is back at second base as she was in game 1. Here's the pitch, and there's a fall back to the screen for strike 1. Jaden Elke, who was outstanding at shortstop in the first game, she is back at short here in game number 2. And also Taylor Defner is back at third base as well for Wausau West here in game number 2. No balls and 1 strike. Here's Nora Hintz with a pitch. There's a fastball right down the chute, taken for strike 2. Jenna Gravine in left field here in this game for the Warriors. Claire Schultz is in center field for Wausau West. 0-2, misses outside, runner on the move, throw to second, and in sliding with the stolen base will be Dorn. So now a runner in scoring position for Pulaski with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and there's a looping liner towards left center field. They'll drop in for a base hit. Rounding third is Dorn. Here comes the throw, and sliding in safely will be Dorn with the first run of the game. So a looper into left center field from Madison Bloom. An RBI hit gives Pulaski the 1-0 lead. So a 2-out rally here in the top of the first for the Pulaski Red Raiders. We'll go over this entire Wausau West defense again here in just a moment. But now stepping in, the number 5 hitter, designated player, Kiera Altman. And the first pitch in at the knees from Nora Hintz for strike 1 called. Advancing to second base on the throw to the plate was Bloom, so she's in scoring position with 2 outs for Pulaski. Here's the pitch. Misses a little bit up and out of the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-hander looks in. Taylor Murkowski puts down the fingers, sets the target. Here's the rock and the pitch. That will bounce in there, bounces off of Murkowski, going about halfway to third, but then going back to the bag at second is Bloom. Did not have a pregame show here, but again, our pregame activity is always brought to you by the Clover Belt Credit Union. Thanks to Clover Belt Credit Union for their support of our broadcasts here on Wausau Area Sports. 2-1. There's a flare to the right-hand side foul ball. Cloverbelt Credit Union, since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee Airport. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Altman. Hintz. Winds. Deals. That will bounce in there. Goes off the front leg of the hitter, Altman. That one bounced in and then off the leg. So she'll jog to first base. Holding at second is Madison Bloom. So first and second, 2 outs. Now for the number 6 hitter, Haley Bohm. It looked like it's going to be an easy inning. First 2 batters retire, but then with 2 outs, it's been a rally. A run is in and 2 runners on base for Pulaski. Right now, trying to keep it at 1 is Nora Hintz. And here's the pitch. Fastball up and out of the zone for ball 1. Warriors got an outstanding pitching performance in the opener, as Caitlin Butler went the distance and was just really solid. It was not overpowering, but very solid in that game. Pitch is a little bit up and a tad outside, and the count goes to 2-0. So now a good hitter's count for the right-handed catcher, Haley Bohm. 2-0 pitch. There's a good fastball. Pops into the middle. Murkowski for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. Runners on first and second base. Staring in is the right-hander. Hintz is ready. 2-1 delivery. Catches the bottom of the zone right at the knees for strike 2 called. So battling back to even it up is Nora Hintz. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a pop-up on the right-hand side. Going over is the second baseman, Bushong, and she'll make the grab, and that is out number 3, and the first inning comes to an end for Pulaski. For the Red Raiders in the top of the first, 1 run on a pair of base hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base, and a 1/2 inning. It is Pulaski 1 and Wausau West 0. This is Wausau West softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
And Chad Holmes back again here from the Greenheck Turner Family Arena at the Greenheck Turner Community Center at DC Everest, as the Wausau West Warriors coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning, trailing Pulaski by a score of 2-1. Top 3 in the order for Wausau West: Jaden Elke, Jenna Gravine, and Taylor Defner. We'll give you the entire lineup here in just a moment. Trying to get all the defensive placement here for the Red Raiders on my sheet again. These double headers, you just don't have very much time to get all the prep work done. That you have plenty of time for just a single game. But Wausau West, again, good start here in that first game. Nina, number 10 ranked team in the state in Division I in the preseason rankings. Again, those are for entertainment purposes only. I say that all the time. But at the same time, again, they came out and I thought played some solid softball, as the first pitch is up and in to leadoff hitter Jaden Elke for ball 1. Elke had a very solid first game with both at shortstop and some good cuts at the plate as well. Second pitch is up and out of the zone for ball two. So 2-0. Camry Dorn, the pitcher here for the Pulaski Red Raiders. Left-hander, there's a swing and a fly ball right field side, but right in her tracks, able to make that grab is the right fielder. That is Madeline Pienta for out number one. Another good swing that time for Jaden Elke. She's had some good cuts in the first game and one at bat. And now Jenna Gervine, the left fielder, will step in next for the Warriors. There's a bunt attempt, third base side. He'll be picked up by the catcher, fired to first, and dug out of the artificial turf by Madison Bloom for out number two. So 2-3 on that put out. As getting out of her crouch quickly, getting to that one for the Red Raiders was catcher Haley Bohm, and then good play at first on the short hop by Madison Bloom as well. So 2 up and 2 down for Wausau West, and that will bring up the Warrior third baseman Taylor Defner. There is a good fastball from Camry Dorn in for strike one called. Warriors trying to get something going like Pulaski did in the top of the inning after 2 outs. There's a ground ball third base side, taken on a hop by Ella Morosek. Fires to first, but off target and not able to hold on is Madison Bloom. So reaching on the air and keeping the inning alive for the Warriors is Taylor Defner. Rather simple play, taking the one hopper right at third was Morosek, but not a good throw. And now runner on first and 2 outs for Jaden Kalmus, first baseman for the Warriors. Swing and a miss, going up and out of the zone that time. Chasing that one was Jaden Kalmus, strike one. Left-handed thrower. Here's the pitch. Drops down low, a bit inside as well. Evens it up at 1-1. We'll give you the complete batting orders and defensive alignments here in the break between the this half inning. Oh, the pitch is down in the dirt, gets away. Rounding second, taking a look, but holding there is Defner. Wild pitch allows Taylor Defner to advance to second base. Two balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a rising fastball. Dorn throws it past Jaden Kalmus, and the count evens up at 2-2. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There's a pop, first base side, and that will be out of play. 1-0 is the lead. And I apologize, I did not get that scoreboard back on the screen. Been trying to write all these names on my book during this first inning and call the action at the same time. But first inning, Pulaski 1, West 0. Pitch is low and outside, goes all the way to the backstop. Advancing another 60 feet to third base is Taylor Defner. So now the tying run at third for the Warriors with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball towards second base. Pick there, fire to first in time, Molthen to Bloom, and that will do it for Wausau West in the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. End of 1 here from DC Everest. It is Pulaski 1, Wausau West 0. We're going to keep it right here, give us an opportunity to go over the complete lineups. We'll start with the Pulaski Red Raiders. This is their first game. They did not play in the 3 o'clock window. The leadoff hitter playing second base is Molly Molthen. Batting second, the shortstop, Josie Shaw. Batting third and playing playing pitcher, I should say, is Camry Dorn. Batting fourth and playing first base is Madison Bloom. Batting fifth, the designated player, Kiara Altman. Batting sixth and playing catcher is Haley Bohm. Ella Morosek is the third baseman, hitting seventh. Eiley Pirkett is in center field, hitting eighth. Kennedy Nowak in left field bats ninth, and the flex player in right field is Madeline Pienta. For the Wausau West Warriors, leading off and playing shortstop, Jaden Elke. Batting second is the left fielder, Jenna Gravine. Taylor Defner, the third baseman, bats third. Batting fourth and playing first base is Jaden Kalmus. Taylor Bauer is at the designated player position for the Warriors, hitting fifth. Brianne Bushong is at second base, batting sixth. Taylor Murkowski is the catcher, batting seventh. Nora Hintz, the the pitcher, is hitting eighth. And Claire Schultz in center field bats ninth. Brooklyn Kalmus is the flex player. She's in right field for Wausau West. So ready for the top of the second inning. Ella Morosek leading things off for the Red Raiders, and the first pitch is fouled back to the screen for strike one. Ella Morosek, Eiley Pirkett, and Kennedy Nowak, 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Pulaski in the second inning. Nora Hintz rocks, deals. And there's a fly ball well hit into right center field, going back in over the head of the right fielder, Brooklyn Kalmus. Picked up at the base of the fence, rounding second, heading into third, and in standing up with a triple is Ella Morosek. So a leadoff triple for Ella Morosek to get things underway in the top of the second inning. Next up is the number 8 hitter, center fielder Eiley Pirkett. Hintz with the pitch. That'll be fouled back for strike one. So Pulaski looking to add to a 1-0 lead as we play here in the top half of the second inning. Putting down the fingers, setting the target is Taylor Murkowski. Hintz rocks, deals. Pitch misses just off the inside corner, and that evens it up at 1-1. Close pitch. I think Nora Hintz wanted it, but nevertheless 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch bounces in there. Will be taken on a short hop by Murkowski, and the count goes to 2-1. Two balls and one strike. Right-hander Nora Hintz is ready. Runner waits on third. Here's the pitch. And that'll be popped up left field side. Coming in and not able to get there is Jenna Gravine. Could not handle the bounce. Rounding first, heading into second, and sliding in safely is Pirkett, as Ella Morosek will come in and score. And Pulaski extends their lead to 2-0. Little looper into left center field. Not hit all that well, but found the right spot for Pirkett for the RBI double. Kennedy Nowak, the number 9 hitter and left fielder, coming up next. Hintz with the pitch. Fastball in at the belt. Strike one called. Nora Hintz stares in, has the target. 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses just up for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Here's Hintz. Deals. That will bounce in, gets past the catcher Murkowski to the backstop. Advancing 60 feet to third, and stopping there is Pirkett. Two balls and 1 strike on Kennedy Nowak. Nora Hintz fires. Fastball rises up and out of the strike zone. Count goes to 3-1. Top of the order, and Molly Moulton on deck for Pulaski. 3-1. Fastball rises up and out of the zone, and that's ball 4. 3 straight hitters all reach base here in the top of the second inning. Runners on the corners, nobody out for Molly Moulton. Moulton, left-handed hitter, second baseman for Pulaski, grounded back to the pitcher Hintz, her first time up. Here comes Nora Hintz, wind and delivery. Pitch is down low, runner on the move, throw down to second. It bounces off the leg, but not able to advance from third is Pirquette. So a stolen base for Nowak, puts runners on second and third with nobody out. 1 ball and no strikes now on Molly Moulton. And the pitch, fastball just misses the outside corner, maybe a tad up, and the count goes to 2-0. Here comes the pitch. There's a ground ball right to the first baseman. Fire to the plate! And out! Good play by Jaden Kalmus. Now the runner heading to second. Now safe. And now the runner from third will come in and score. So, ground ball to first. Kalmus, instead of taking the bag, tried to get the runner at home. Was able to throw out Eiley Pirquette. 3-2. And then not stopping was Moulton around first. Made it to second. The throw got away, and that allowed Kennedy Nowak to score from second base on the play and make it 3-0 Pulaski with the lead. And getting to second on the throw was Molly Moulton as well. So again, it is a fielder's choice. An out and a run scores. So runner on second, 1 out for Josie Shaw, the shortstop. There's a good fastball from Nora Hintz in on the outer portion of the plate for strike 1 called. Aggressive base running paid off for Pulaski on that play. 0-1. Hintz rocks, deals. Pitch misses low and outside, even things up at 1-1. Left-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner at the knees. Now runner breaks for third. Throw is in time. Murkowski fired it over back to the pitcher Hintz, who then saw breaking from second to third was Moulton, and a good throw by Hintz. Quick take by Taylor Defner, and caught stealing is Molly Moulton for the second out. A delayed steal, trying to get the Warriors on their heels, but good play by Hintz and a good tag made by Defner. Now 2 outs and nobody on base. 1-2 pitch. Inside on a fastball for ball 2. Here comes Hintz. Rocks, deals. Here's a ground ball. Played at short by Elke. Fires across in time. Jaden Elke again with another good defensive play. Not a hard hit ball, but once she made the clean pick and a good accurate throw across, 6-3 on the putout, and the inning comes to an end. But 2-run score for Pulaski. 2 runs on 2 base hits. There was an error and nobody left on base. End of an inning and a half. It is Pulaski 3, Wausau West nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Chad Holmes again from Greenheck Turner Community Center at DC Evers High School. DC Evers Softball Invitational, game number 2 for the Wausau West Warriors today. They trail 3-0 heading to the bottom of the second inning. Basically a replay of the first game. The Warriors were trailing 3-0 at this point in game number 1 against Neenah. Warriors would crawl back, make it 3-2 until the top of the 7th inning when Nina would score twice. The Warriors added a run in the bottom of the 7th, but fell 5-3. So again, 3-0 is the score right now, but definitely not a situation where the Warriors are going to panic. Yes, coming up will be Taylor Bauer, who had an RBI hit in the first game, Brianne Bushong, and then Taylor Murkowski, 5, 6, and 7 hitters. First pitch, a swing and a miss. 0-1, high fastball, fall back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Camry Dorn, left-hander. She is a junior. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Tad tardy as Bauer. She goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Warriors is their freshman second baseman, Brianne Bushong. Towing the rubber, getting the target is Dorn. Here's the pitch, swing, and a fall back to the screen. It's quickly 0-2. DC Everest on the field, first inning, leading their game 4-0. Pitch is a little low, taken for a ball, 1-2. DC Everest opening their season after making it to the state tournament a year ago. 1-2, ground ball right to the second baseman. Scoop there, fired to first in time. Good grab by Molly Moulton, 4-3 on the putout. And 2 up and 2 down for the Warriors in the second. And to go in the other game going on right now. And now Taylor Murkowski steps in, and the first pitch in there for strike one called. Evens up 1-1. Warriors will be hitting the road. Next week is spring break, so no school for Wausau West, and the Warriors getting on the bus, heading to Arizona. Pitch is a fastball up and out of the zone. The Warriors will bust down to Arizona, play 4 games next week, have some practice time as well before heading home and getting ready, hopefully to be outside by that point. Swing and a ground ball towards second base. Scooped up by Moulton, flipped the first in time, 4-3 on the putout, and a 1-2-3 inning for Wausau West in the second. That is the end of 2 here in DC Everest and the Green Heck Turner Family Arena. Wausau West trails Pulaski by a score of 3-0. This is Wausau West Warrior Girls Softball on Wausau Area Sports and the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Chad Holmes again here from DC Everest as we head to the top of the third inning. Pulaski coming to the plate, leading over Wausau West by a score of 3-0. For the Red Raiders, it'll be the 3-4 going up against Wausau West starter Nora Hintz. Our next broadcast won't be until about a week. Nothing happening in terms of, I'm not going to Arizona as much as I would like to, but we'll be back coming up, and you can always check out our upcoming broadcast schedule by going to WausauAreaSports.com. Get the latest. Our next game will be on Tuesday, April the 7th, our first Wausau West baseball broadcast at Menominee. 4:15 airtime, 4:30 first pitch. Then Thursday, April the 9th, the Warriors baseball. So again, join us for Warrior Baseball, Tuesday, April the 7th at Menominee, right here on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. First pitch of the inning is low and inside to Camry Dorn from Nora Hintz for ball one. 3-0 lead for Pulaski, top of the third inning. Hintz, rocks, deals. That will bounce in, taken by Taylor Murkowski, but ball two. And again, I mentioned this as we get outside and get in normal broadcast positions, as the 2-0 pitch is lined down the left field line, and a diving attempt! What a grab made by Jenna Gravine! I hope you caught it. I'm running my own camera today, so I tried to get that camera over as quickly as possible. But that was an incredible grab by Gravine as she got over and is getting a lot of love from her teammates on the field and in the dugout and the fans as well. Now stepping in is Madison Bloom for Pulaski. And the pitch is in the artificial dirt, scoots past Murkowski and ball one. But there was an early season highlight film play made by Jenna Gravine for the Warriors. "1-0. And there's a pop this side. It's coming over to land in foul territory, and that is a foul ball. But as I said, number one, as we move forward, and I'm hoping that very soon we'll be in, and I know in Menominee, because we did the playoff game in Menominee for baseball last spring. Nice press box. We'll have great angles there. Today, it's just we're getting used to the new equipment, and I appreciate any patience you may have. Swing and a miss on a good change of pace that time from Hintz. And the count goes to 1-2. After all these years in radio, trying to teach an old dog some new tricks here today. 1-2 pitch. Misses low and outside. Evens things up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nora Hintz. Rocks, deals. Ooh, just missing. Boy, that looked like a pretty good pitch. Again, my angle is not the greatest here, but it looked like right near the corner and at the knees, but called ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just missing a little bit low and outside, and that's ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Madison Bloom, and that will bring up the number 5 hitter in the Pulaski order, their designated player, Kira Altman. DC Everest is really rolling it up against Antigo. 6-0 Evergreens in the bottom of the first inning. Hintz with the pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Good scoop there by Defner. Fires to second, but not able to scoop it out of the artificial dirt. Was Bushong, and all hands are safe. So fielder's choice and an error. We'll put runners on first and second with 1 out for catcher Haley Bohm. Nora Hintz fires. Good fastball in there for strike 1 called. Right-handed hitter who popped up to the second baseman her first time up. 0-1. And there's a pop, foul territory, third base side. That will drop in foul territory for a strike. Count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners wait on first and second. Top of the third inning, 3-0 Pulaski. Here's Hintz with the pitch. There's a good fastball right in there, outside corner at the knees for strike 3 called. That is the first strikeout of the game and the season for Nora Hintz. And now 2 outs with runners on first and second for Ella Moroshek, the third baseman. She tripled and scored a run in the second. She is 1 for 1. There's a fastball that just misses the outside corner for ball 1. The right-hander rocks. Winds, deals. There's a high pop-up on the infield. First base side. Oh, and it lands over the head of the first baseman. And actually, it hit the ceiling again. It must, I guess it must hit the ceiling. I'm a little surprised because in the first game we saw something like that and they called it out. This time around, it's just going to be a foul ball. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Up and out of the zone. Again, we have a ceiling that's, it's not a low ceiling, I would say, but it is something that is definitely in play on pop-ups. And we saw sometimes the calls were basically for a, as we have the pitch, swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, fired to third, and safe. Oh, Defner thought she got the tag down, made a nice grab. Oh, and then a throw to first. And the runner, the batter started running for first for, I think she thought maybe it was strike 3, but it wasn't. It's 2-2. So the number 1, it was in the dirt. It was a swing and a miss, the artificial dirt. The throw to third was a bang play. Defner was able to make the grab, put down the tag. I think she thought she got the runner, but it was called safe. So wild pitch, second and third, 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss on a good fastball from Hintz. And Ella Morosa goes down swinging for the second straight strikeout for Hintz and the end of the Pulaski third inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on base. End of 2.5. It is Pulaski 3, Wausau West nothing. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Bottom half of the third inning of the first pitch is fouled off. As stepping in is Nora Hintz, number 8 hitter for the Warriors. Pulaski 3, Wausau West nothing. Camry Dorn has been solid so far for the Red Raiders. Has allowed no hits in the first couple of innings. The left-hander, Junior, deals. Swing and a miss, a low fastball. Coming up empty is Hintz, and it's now 0-2. And the pitch, fastball misses up and away. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Starting off the season on a very chilly late Friday afternoon. Glad you could be with us. And there's a pop-up, short right field coming in, but it'll land in foul territory. Pienta could not get there. Staying alive is Nora Hintz. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great to be back and doing Wausau West High School sports after taking a little break at the end of the winter sports season. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses a little bit up and out of the zone, and the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Nora Hintz. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. It was in the artificial dirt, so Haley Bohm, after thinking about it, decides to throw to first in time. Second strikeout for Dorn, and now Claire Schultz, the number 9 hitter and center fielder, will step in for the Warriors. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from the left-hander Dorn. Coming up empty is Claire Schultz. Strike 1. Schultz, senior, number 15 on the back of the jersey. Fastball in at the knees, inner portion of the plate, and that's strike 2. Camry Dorn deals. There's a hard grounder, just foul down the first base side. Taking it the other way was Claire Schultz, just inches from the bag. He got past the first baseman, Madison Bloom, but just a hard hit foul ball. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. A good fastball again from the lefty Dorn. Third strikeout of the game and the second out of the inning. She has retired 6 consecutive batters. In fact, the only Wausau West base runner came on an error back in the first inning. Back to the top of the order, and Jaden Elke for the Warriors. There is a hard liner into right field for a base hit. Boy, Jaden hit it hard to right the first time around, and this time gets the base knock. First base hit of the second game here for the Warriors. Next up will be the left fielder, Jenna Gervain. Both corner infielders pinching very tight. Here's the pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone at the knees, outer portion of the plate for strike 1 called. They are expecting Jenna to try and lay it down. Boy, pinching very tight at third is Morosic. There's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Flip to first in time. 1-3 on the putout, and the Warrior inning comes to an end. No runs on 1 base hit. There were no Pulaski errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 3. Here from DC Everest, it is Pulaski 3, Wausau West nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. WausauAreaSports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to WausauAreaSports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at WausauAreaSports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. Top of the 4th inning here from Greenheck Turner Family Arena, Greenheck Turner Field House here at DC Everest Senior High School. DC Everest softball invite. Lots of games here today and tomorrow, so if you're somebody that would like to see some softball tomorrow, they start at 10 o'clock with a pair of games, 2 more games at noon, and then 1 game at 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll give you a look at the schedule as we continue here during the course of this broadcast. But now Pulaski coming to the plate in the top of the 4th inning. 3-0 lead for the Red Raiders. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Center fielder Eiley Pirquette will step in. Nora Hintz, her first pitch. Fastball misses a little bit up for ball one. Pierquette, Kennedy Nowak, and top of the order, Molly Molthen for Pulaski. Here's the pitch. And there's a high pop-up, and it hit the ceiling again. Going back where the shortstop, Jaden Elke, coming in from left field was Gravine, and they were actually talking to each other there. But it hit the ceiling, and that will be an out. So again, there's some judgment that's involved here. They will say that was a ball that would have been caught by the Warriors, and I think that is the right call. So one out and a fly ball for Pierquette. Now Kennedy Nowak will step in. And there's a good fastball from Nora Hintz for strike one called. The right-hander rocks. Here's the pitch. That one misses on the release point, and it rolls in, and that will be ball one. If he missed it earlier, the Warriors fell to Neenah 5-3 in a very entertaining first game of the season. Another one that bounces in there, and this one bounces off the leg, in fact, of Kennedy Nowak, and she will drop the bat and head to first base. So a hit batsman. So a runner on first, one out for Pulaski, and back to the top of the order, and Molly Molthen, second baseman. Left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Rising fastball ends up a little bit up and out of the zone for ball one. New uniforms this year for the Warriors. Blue jerseys, blue pants, white numerals. Nora Hintz again gets ready. Here's the pitch. Misses low and away. Runner on the move. Throw down to second, and just sliding in safely is Nowak. Not able to handle the throw was Elke. Would not have been in time, but now a runner in scoring position again for the Red Raiders as they look to extend this 3-0 lead. Two-0 pitch. Fastball rises up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball three. So 3-0 on Molthen with Josie Shaw, the number 2 hitter and shortstop, waiting on deck. Three-0 pitch. There's a fastball poured right in there, down the middle for strike one called. Don't forget, check out WausauAreaSports.com. We will have write-ups on these Wausau West games tonight and other action as well. There's a ground ball up the middle, backhand. Oh, not able to bring it in with Bushong, and the ball rolls into center field, and then it gets away all the way back into medium-deep center field, and that will allow a run to come in and score and extend the lead to 4-0 for the Red Raiders. Trying to go to her right and backhand it was second baseman Brianne Bushong, but could not quite get there. And then it got away from the center fielder and allows the runner to advance to second base as well. RBI single and an error. And now stepping in is Josie Shaw, and she'll take the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1. Bounces away from the catcher, Murkowski. Advancing 60 feet to third base is Molly Molthen with one out. So chance for another run here now for the Red Raiders as they lead 4-0, top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner. That was great location by Nora Hintz, right on the corner for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Hintz and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. That's a big strikeout. Runner remains on third base now with 2 outs and a chance to get out of this inning with no further damage. And that will leave it up to the number 3 hitter, Camry Dorn, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Misses away for ball 1. Dorn, who throws left-handed but bats right-handed. Left-handed pitcher. And the right-handed batter. Runner waits on third. There's a ground ball past the diving third baseman, Defner, into left field for a base hit. Run will come in and score. And make it 5-0, Pulaski with the lead. Just inside the bag at third. Defner made a good reaction, but just placed perfectly by Dorn down the line. And now Coach Hughes is going to come out and have a conversation with Nora Hintz and the rest of the Wausau West infield defense. But again, a reminder, check out WausauAreaSports.com. Again, in addition to our play-by-play broadcast, we are bringing you extensive coverage of the Wausau area high school sports scene. Last night I was over at the Wausau West Fieldhouse covering the track and field meet. Both the girls and the boys meet. Got results of that. Again, at WausauAreaSports.com. Just click on the local sports tab at the top of the page. Also, you can check out our upcoming broadcast schedule. Reach out, contact us as well. So again, check out WausauAreaSports.com each and every day. The meeting is over, and now stepping in is Madison Bloom, left-handed batter. First pitch is a little bit up and out of the zone from Hintz for ball 1. 2 runs in the inning for Pulaski to now take a 5-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Rising fastball up and out of the zone for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Nora Hintz taking a moment, trying to get out of this frame with no further damage. 2-0. Up and out of the zone for ball 3. The right-hander right now, I think just pressing a little bit. Junior righty. Had plenty of opportunities as a sophomore as well. Here's the 3-0. Inside corner for a called strike 1. And I think that's an area the Warriors expect to be much better here this year. The pitching, we saw it in the first game. Again, a very good performance by Caitlin Butler. I think Nora Hintz, talking to the coach, she's been working hard, working with a pitching coach and working with Wausau West staff as well to take those strides forward. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball through it right past Bloom, and the count runs full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the rock and the pitch. Strike 3 called on a fastball. 4th strikeout of the game for Hintz, and the inning comes to an end. But 2 runs score in the frame. 2 runs on a couple of base hits. There was an error, and 1 runner left on base. We are halfway through this one. Middle of the 4th inning. Pulaski 5, Wausau West nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Not too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes again here from Greenheck Turner Family Arena. Bottom of the fourth inning. Warriors coming to the plate, trailing 5-0. First pitch to Taylor Defner is a swing and a miss on a fastball from Camry Dorn, and it's 0-1. Defner, Jaden Kalmus, and Taylor Bauer, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Wausau West batting order. There's a good fastball again from the left-hander Camry Dorn, and it's quickly 0-2. Dorn has been very good so far. First 3 innings, gave up just no runs on 1 base hit. Pitch bounces in there for ball 1. Again, some pretty good softball being played in the eastern part of the state. Neenah, team we saw first here today. Been a solid program. A lot of solid programs. A lot of good athletics, in fact, in recent years over in the Fox Valley. Pitch misses up and in, and that evens things up at 2-2. In fact, if you look at the Division I state rankings, you got Kaukauna for that part of the state at number 1. Hamilton number 2, Watertown number 3. 2-2. There's a hard grounder, but right to the shortstop. Picked there by Josie Shaw. Fires across in time for the out. Boy, you could not hit that ball much harder than Taylor Defner did. But it turns into a loud 6-3 out to start off the Wausau West 4th inning. Next up will be first baseman Jaden Kalmus. Jaden is 0 for 1. She grounded to second base her first time up. Here's the pitch. Up and in on a fastball for ball 1. Sun Prairie East is ranked number 4 in the state in Division I. This is the Wisconsin Fast Pitch Coaches Association Max Preps preseason rankings. Muskego is number 5. 1-0. Fastball in at the knees. Evens things up on Jaden Kalmus at 1-1. Number 6 in the state in D1 in the preseason poll is a Wisconsin Valley Conference school, Stevens Point. 1-1 pitch. Down low, scoots to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. Green Bay Preble, number 7. Kenosha Bradford, 8th. Cedarburg, 9th. And Neenah, who we saw in the first game against the Warriors, ranked number 10. There's a flare towards right, and that's in there for a base hit. Little flare the other way by Jaden Kalmus. It's a 1-out single for the Wausau West first baseman. And that will bring up the designated player, Taylor Bauer. Bauer, who had a base hit, a run-scoring base hit against Neenah, struck out here in the second inning, 0 for 1. There's a big cut, falls it straight back for strike 1. Division II has Denmark as the number 1 ranked team in the state. Fox Valley Lutheran is 2nd. Jefferson 3rd. Luxembourg Casco 4th, and Whitnall number 5. 0-1 on Bauer. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner on the move. Throw down to second, and sliding in safely with the stolen base is Jaden Kalmus. So the Warriors have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, but the count is 0-2 on Taylor Bauer. Good jump on that pitch from Jaden Kalmus. There's a little pop to the right-hand side. Goes off the screen for a foul ball. And it remains 0-2. Five nothing is the lead for Pulaski as we play the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch goes all the way to the backstop. Advancing 60 feet will be Kalmus to third base. So the Warriors trying to get on the board. Runner on third and 1 out, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Taylor Bauer. Here's the pitch. There's a little roller, third base side. It's a fair ball, holding is Kalmus. Now she'll break. Play at first is in time, and then scoring is Jaden Kalmus. So a 5-3 ground ball. Patient running there by Jaden Kalmus. Waited for the throw from Morosek across to Bloom, and Bloom didn't even have a chance to throw it to first base. So an RBI ground ball for Bauer, and the Warriors on the board make it 5-1. Pitch to Breon Bushong is in there for strike 1 called. 2 outs, nobody on base here for Wausau West. Here's the pitch. And there's a flare down the right field side. That'll be a foul ball. DC Everest leads Antigo in the third inning on the other field here at Greenheck Turner by a score of 9-1. 0-2 pitch. Followed back to the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2. If you're in the neighborhood, there's a couple of games at 7 o'clock here tonight. Eau Claire North will take on De Pere, and Wausau East will meet Pulaski. Fastball in there for strike 3 called, and Brianne Bushon goes down looking. Warriors do get on the board here in the fourth. 1 run, 1 base hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And the 4, it is Pulaski 5, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Girls Softball on Wausau Area Sports and the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything isn't everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
Top of the 5th inning as Pulaski comes to the plate, leading Wausau West by a score of 5-1. Nora Hintz in the circle. Here's her first pitch of the frame. Drops just a little bit low to designated player Kiara Altman for ball 1. Kiara Altman, Haley Bohm, and Ella Morosek, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Pulaski here in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Check swing, but that was in at the top of the zone for a called strike 1. Thanks again to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their continued support of our broadcast here on Wausau Area Sports. Check out WisconsinValleyConference.org for your next opportunities to see the Warriors in action. Pitch is low and in and bounces off the front leg of Altman. Hit batsman, and she'll head to first base. So leadoff hitter on base for Pulaski, and they'll bring up the catcher, number 6 hitter, Haley Bohm. Here's the pitch. There's a little roller, first base side, but a foul ball. So the Warriors will be hitting the road next week. A long road trip to Arizona, but a lot of chances to get on the field. Pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. But again, the Warriors will have a great chance to really dig in, to be outside, to play some real ball down in Arizona. 4 games next week, some practice time as well. And it should really help this group, and a lot of together time as well. And there's a fly ball left field side. Coming, again, I think it hit the ceiling yet again, and that should be an out. Yep, it is. Umpire indicates that is an out. So that'll be a fly ball out. As coming in was Jenna Gravino. All of a sudden stopped because it hit the ceiling. So 1 out, runner on first base for the number 7 hitter, third baseman Ella Morosek. She tripled her first time up and scored a run. She's 1 for 2. Fastball. Ooh, just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Taylor Murkowski, the catcher, did not move the mitt too much on that pitch. 1-0. And the pitch bounces in there, scoots past Murkowski to the backstop. And advancing 60 feet to second base is Kira Altman. And Pulaski has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. 5-1, Pulaski with the lead over Wausau West as we play the top of the 5th inning. Pitch misses, and that's ball 2. So 2-0 here on Morozek. She tripled and then struck out. Nora Hintz rocks, deals. In there at the knees. Good location right at the bottom of the strike zone. Did not just throw it right down the middle on a 2-0 pitch. Count goes to 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the fire. Swing and a miss. That one may have ended up a little bit outside the zone, but count evens up at 2-2. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Hintz. Deals. There's a little looper right field side. Drops in for a base hit. Advancing to third and stopping right there will be Altman. But a little looper the other way by Ella Actually, it's the other way. Left-handed batter pulled it, but a little looping liner that dropped in for a base hit, her second of the game. And now runners on the corners and 1 out for Eileen Pirquette, the center fielder and number 8 hitter. There's the pitch. Misses up high. Runner from first will break. There will not be a throw. And in basically on catcher's interference is Morozek to second base. 1 ball and no strikes. Pirquette had an RBI double in the second. Flew out to left field on a incredible grab made by Jenna Gravine. So she's had 2 good at-bats. Pitch misses low and inside, and that's ball 2. Will not see a much better catch than Gravine had to rob Pirquette of extra bases back in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled back into the screen and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Warriors in the first game fell to 10th ranked Neenah by a score of 5-3. Trailing here in the top of the 5th, 5-1. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Pirquette. On deck is Kennedy Nowak, the left fielder and number 9 hitter. Here comes Hintz with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count runs full, 3-2. Oh, that was actually strike 3. I missed one there. The scoreboard was off as well. And the third base coach, I think, is a little confused as well. I think he doesn't think it's maybe. And now the third base coach is talking to the third base umpire. Now we're going to get a conversation to make sure that the count was correct. I don't believe that was strike 3, so. So it is strike 3. So, yep, that is strike 3. So 2 outs, runners on second and third. Kennedy Nowak steps in, and there's a fly ball. Oh, and again, it hit the ceiling, and that will be out number 3. Again, both the left fielder, Jenna Gravine, and the center fielder, Claire Schultz, were breaking towards left center field, but that ball hit the ceiling, and that will be called a fly out, and that will do it for Pulaski in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 base hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. End of 4.5. It is Pulaski 5 and Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau area sports. Thanks to
Wausau West down by 4, still within striking distance. Again, one big inning, get right back in it. Still have 3 more opportunities at the plate. It's 5-1 Pulaski. Warriors due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Will be the bottom third of their order. Catcher Taylor Murkowski, pitcher Nora Hintz, and then center fielder Claire Schultz. But they'll have to find a way to figure out Camry Dorn. This junior left-hander for Pulaski has thrown the ball exceptionally well in this game. Giving up 1 run on a pair of base hits up to this point. But now Taylor Murkowski, right-handed batter. There's a fastball in there for strike 1 called. Taylor, she grounded out in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. That will scoot to the backstop and even it up at 1-1. Talking to the coach before the first game, asking her about who they're going to be playing down in Arizona. One of the teams is from Alaska. I don't think they're going to be taking a bus like the Warriors will. That'll be popped up, and it'll be a foul ball on the third base side. Count is 1-2. Yeah, at least one of the games will be against a team from Alaska, another from a team in Arizona. And not sure on the other 2 games, but said that they would have these 4 games. Also have some time set aside for practices as well. There's a pop-up right back to the pitcher's circle and grab by Dorn for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down for the Warriors in the 5th. And that will bring up Nora Hintz, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another good fastball. This lefty Dorn has some pretty good giddy up on those fastballs. And the count is 0-1. And the pitch drops a little bit low. Count evens up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch catches the outside corner right on the edge, and that's strike 2. DC Everest still leads Antigo 9-1 in the 4th inning on field number 2 here at Everest in the Screenheck Turner Family Arena. There's a ground ball towards second base. Taken on the second hop by Molly Moulton. She'll flip the first and Bloom 4-3 on the putout for the 2nd out of the inning. Next up will be the number 9 hitter in the Wausau West order, center fielder Claire Schultz. Was talking a bit about the state rankings earlier. We'll first have Dorn, and first pitch is followed straight back by Schultz. I was in Division II, and there's an area team here from Central Wisconsin that's number 6 in the Division II state rankings. That's Mosinee. Mosinee number 6 in D2. 0-1. Fastball in for strike 2 called. Number 7 in D2 is New Berlin Eisenhower. Rice Lake is number 8, Waupun 9th, and Ellsworth number 10. No balls and 2 strikes. Camry Dorn to the plate. There's a ground ball foul first base side, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Dorn is ready. The lefty to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that will do it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Dorn continues to throw the ball exceptionally well for Pulaski. No runs on no hits. There were no Pulaski errors and nobody left on base. End of 5 innings. It is Pulaski 5 and Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to WausauAreaSports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at WausauAreaSports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to WausauAreaSports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at WausauAreaSports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
And Chad Holmes again here from Greenheck Turner Family Arena at DC Everest Senior High School, heading to the top of the 6th inning. And the Pulaski Red Raiders have a 5-1 lead over the Wausau West Warriors. New pitcher here for Wausau West. Claire Schultz will come into the game here for the Warriors. One of the 3 returning Wausau West players with experience in the circle from last year. Due up here for the Red Raiders in the top of the 6th. It will be the top of the order. Molly Moulton, Josie Shaw, and Camry Dorn. And as you see, again, these big black curtains in front of us. I'm trying to see exactly who is in center field here for the Warriors. My old eyes are having a hard time looking through this black screen. The numbers on the front of the jerseys are very small here for the Warriors. But the left-handed hitting Molly Moulton, who has a walk and also an RBI single. She is 1 for 2 officially. Steps in. Claire Schultz, first pitch is a change of pace, and a looping change of pace that just misses off the outside corner for ball 1. And now coming out is Taylor Murkowski. I'm not sure if she was thrown off by that pitch. Had a quick word, and now back in behind the plate. Here's the rock and the pitch. That will bounce in there, smothered by Murkowski. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, if you're tuned in and you're seeing this angle here today, you're saying, oh, this is not the kind of streaming that we want to see. Well, again, this is just not a softball field, and we're going to have much better looks at the action once we get back outside and back to the places that we broadcast from, either from a broadcast booth right behind home plate or even behind home plate with a table like I've done often at Wausau West. So, again, we'll have better angles and I think a lot better video portion of our broadcast once we get into the action after spring break. 3 balls and no strikes right now here on Molly Moulton. 3 and 1, I should say. 3 balls and 1 strike. Schultz with the pitch. There's a liner over the leaping third baseman Taylor Defner into left field for a base hit. And now rounding first and heading into second base with a double will be Moulton. So a leadoff double for Molly Moulton here in the top of the 6th inning for the Pulaski Red Raiders. That will bring up the shortstop, Josie Shaw. Left-handed batter again. Number of lefties on this team. First pitch is a good fastball right on the outside corner from Schultz for for strike 1. The righty stares in, has the target. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a bunt, pushed back towards the pitcher. Grabbed by Schultz, fired to first in time. That was a good play by Claire Schultz. That was a pretty good bunt, but she got quickly off the pitcher's rubber, got to it, a clean pick and a good accurate throw to Jaden Kalmus at first base for out number 1. It will be a sacrifice bunt, however. Actually, I think that's Caitlin Butler who's now in at first base. Yep, that's Caitlin Butler at first base. So it is a sacrifice bunt for Shaw. Runner on third, 1 out for Camry Dorn. Fastball catches the top of the strike zone for strike 1 called. Dorn, who's had a great day in the circle as the pitcher at the plate, has an RBI single, also a single and a run scored, 2 for 3. Schultz to the plate. That will bounce in. Good stop. Boy, getting that chest protector, letting it do the work was Taylor Murkowski. And the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on third for Pulaski. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Change of pace, and that will float in for a strike. That is the kind of pitch you see on a slow pitch softball field. That one had that loop, but it just had that feel of a knuckleball. Just floated in there and not able to pull the trigger was Camry Dorn, and the count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Schultz does not look at the runner, goes to first. Oh, I think that was a case. If she would have turned to the right, that runner was going to break and could have had her at the plate. But it turns into an RBI ground ball for Camry Dorn. Moulton scores. It's now 6-1. Pulaski with the lead. So a second RBI for Dorn here today. Yeah, it's one of those plays, again, that here where you haven't had a lot of opportunity to be outdoors. Pitch bounces in there for a ball. He had a chance very quickly between the two games. Talked to Coach Jamie Hughes, and she was very pleased with, again, what they were able to do in that first game. Number one, play solid, but also have those situations where you're able to get into that midseason form. You know, it's not going to be here in 2 games. But between these 2 games and then the 4 games next week in Arizona, chance for the Warriors to get into a pretty good rhythm here early on. 2 balls and no strikes on Bloom. Here's the pitch. Drops a little bit low, and that's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Time is called. A ball that got over the fence in center field. 10-1 Everest over that other diamond. 4th inning against Antigo. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled back to the screen. Getting the green light, 3-0 was cleanup hitter Madison Bloom for Pulaski. Had a big cut, fouls it straight back. Claire Schultz is ready, has the target. Here's the pitch. Another big cut, fouled back to the screen, and the count runs full, 3-2. See the sun actually peeking through across the way as I look towards center field. Don't see it on the camera right now. Give you a peek maybe in a moment. But now, payoff pitch. Change of pace in there for strike 3 called. I don't think we're going to see slower changeups than what we saw from Claire Schultz in that inning. But nice job to battle back from a 3-0 count and get out of the inning. 1 run in the inning on 1 base hit. No errors and nobody left on base. End of 5.5. It is Pulaski 6, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help.
We're about to start the meeting. Welcome to anyone new.
For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Chad Holmes back again from DC Everest, where the Wausau West Warriors coming to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing Pulaski by a score of 6-1. Leading things off will be the leadoff hitter, Jaden Elke. She has hit the ball hard twice in this game, and the first pitch is up and in from Camry Dorn for ball 1. Elke hit it hard to right field in the first, was caught, but in the third, she singled to right, so she's gone the other way each of her at-bats. Pitch bounces in there, bounces to the backstop, and that's ball 2. So Jaden Elke, who's really impressed today at shortstop. Boy, again, this early in the season, again, not having the opportunity to play outdoors and have some real good preparation, she made some really solid plays in that first game against Nina. As the 2-0 pitch is a fastball in just above the knees for strike one called. Elke, Jenna Gravine, and Taylor Defner due up for the Warriors here in the 6th. Fastball misses away, and that's ball 3. So a good hitter's count for Jaden Elke. 3 balls and 1 strike. Camry Dorn, here's the pitch. Good cut by Elke, follows it back, and the count runs full, 3-2. Full count as Dorn, who has worked the entirety of this game for Pulaski, has allowed just 2 hits. Payoff pitch. Ground ball past the pitcher, but scooped up at second by Moulton. She'll flip the first in time, and that's a 4-3 putout to begin the Warriors' 6th. That was not an easy play by Moulton, going slightly to her right, but made it look pretty easy. Made the clean pick, and then the good throw across the first. Next up for Wausau West will be their left fielder, Jenna Gravine. Gravine is grounded out twice. And there's a little pop towards shortstop, and making the grab just behind second base is shortstop Josie Shaw for out number 2. Boy, quickly, 2 up and 2 down for the Warriors here in the 6th. And Taylor Defner will come up next for Wausau West. Defner is reached on an air and grounded to short. Pitch is at the top of the zone for strike one called. Something we saw with Nina, something we've seen here with Pulaski, and I think as well, something that we've seen with Wausau West is the defense. That's been, I think, better than I expected here today. Fastball misses up high for ball 1. Again, I think teams like Pulaski and Nina and other really good teams, that's the expectation. But again, early in the season, sometimes it takes a little bit of real game action. But I think both games have been played at a significantly high level here today. Pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Taylor Defner. If she reaches base, Jaden Kelmis is due up next for Wausau West. Here's the pitch. Goes all the way to the backstop. And that's ball 3. So Taylor Defner, right-handed hitter, number 13. So obviously does not have any issues in terms of superstitions. Right-handed batter waits. Dorn to the plate. That will miss low and outside, and that's ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Taylor Defner will keep the inning alive for the Warrior cleanup hitter, Jaden Kelmis. Right-handed batter, number 9. Slightly open stance for the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. And there's a high pop-up, short center field, coming in and making the grab. If you could see it through that bright sunshine through the windows. But coming in was Eiley Pirquette to make the grab and end the inning. So for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th, no runs on no base hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We have played 6, heading to the 7th. It is Pulaski 6, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on 98.9 WXCO.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes back again here as we head to the 7th inning at DC Everest and the Greenheck Turner Community Center as the Wausau West Warriors trail Pulaski by a score of 6-1. If you joined us late, Pulaski scored once in the first, added a pair of runs in the second, scored 2 runs in the fourth, scored 1 in the sixth. The Warriors got their 1 run on an RBI ground ball by Taylor Bauer that scored Jaden Kalmus, who had singled back in the 4th inning. Kara Altman, the number 5 hitter and designated player, will lead things off here for Pulaski in the top of the 7th. Claire Schultz, first pitch, drops a little bit low for ball 1. Right-hander, senior. She's ready. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-0 on Altman. Haley Bohm is on deck, followed by Ella Morosek for Pulaski. Fastball drops a little bit low, and that's ball 3. 3-0. Altman has been hit by a pitch twice and also hit into a fielder's choice and reached on an error. Pitch is up and out of the zone, so a good day for the on-base percentage for Kiera Altman. Been on base all 4 times. 3, once by a walk, twice by hit pitch, and then once on an error. So runner on first, nobody out for the number 6 hitter, catcher Haley Bohm. Squares the bunt. Came up empty. Ball into the artificial dirt, but knocked down by Murkowski. Holding at first is Altman, and it's 0-1. Pinching in at third base is Taylor Defner. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw to second, but it was a last-second decision made by Schultz. She was about to throw to first, but she then turned her whole body. It didn't really reset herself to try to throw to second. It was well off the target, so all hands are safe. So Bohm will reach on a fielder's choice. First and second, nobody out for Ella Morosek, the third baseman. She had a triple and a run scored in the second, struck out in the third, and singled in the 5th. Left-handed batter. Claire Schultz fires. Pitch is missed. Oh, that looked like missed outside for ball 1. I am going to be very wise here because for me to be second-guessing pitches is really, I think, unfair because my angle is not great. So you got to give the home plate umpire a lot of, I think, rope here today as that pitch misses down low, maybe a tad outside as well, and the count goes to 2-0. So a little bit of difficulties right now for Claire Schultz. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a good fastball in just below the belt for a called strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Top of the 7th inning. 6-1 lead for Pulaski. Pitch misses up and away, and that's ball 3. Scoreboard here says 6th inning, but that's not correct. Scoreboard on our Wausau Area Sports video stream is correct. 7th inning, 6-1 Pulaski. Pitch misses away and low for ball 4. Now the trouble here for the Warriors. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Time will be called, and the entire Wausau West infield defense will get together with Claire Schultz. Lots of encouragement here. It's not really a wonderful situation to be part of right now. Pinch, Warrior infield D will all pinch in. 4 positions will try to cut down the run at the plate. Eiley Pirquette, the center fielder, number 8 hitter. Actually, he looks like a pinch hitter. No, that is Pirquette. Pitch misses up and away for a ball. Again, looking through this black screen that's here to protect us, anybody that's not on the field, but sometimes a little difficult to see through it. Here's the pitch. Down low, taken for a ball. Of course, you can see on our video screen, got that hole there with, you can see everything nice and clearly, but then on each side, the black screen as well. 2 balls and a strike. Up and away, and that's another ball. Some struggles right now here for Claire Schultz for the Warriors. Nowhere to put the hitter. She looks in, gets the sign on the target from Taylor Murkowski. Here's the pitch. There is a good fastball right down the chute, taken for a strike. 3 balls. I think it's 1 strike. The scoreboard says 3 and 2, but I do think it's 3 and 1. Yep, it is correct. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. There's a ground ball past the diving second baseman into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Second runner will come in and score as well. Stopping at third base will be Ella Morosek. A 2 RBI single the other way for Eiley Pirquette. And Pulaski makes it 8-1. Well, and now it looks like we may get a pitching change. Yep, we're going to get a pitching change here for the Warriors in the top of the 7th inning. So while there's a pitching change, we'll take a quick timeout as well. 2 runs in for Pulaski. It's 8-1 Red Raiders over the Warriors. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s,
affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
And Caitlin Butler will now go back to the circle after she pitched 7 complete innings in the game against Neenah earlier this afternoon. Pitched very well, went the distance in that 5-3 loss. But now she'll try to come in and close out the top of the 7th inning. First 4 batters have all reached base safely for Pulaski. And 2 runs have scored. Runners on first and third with nobody out. And the Pulaski Red Raiders with an 8-1 lead over the Wausau West Warriors. But again, it was a very impressive, I thought, performance by Butler in that first game, especially in the big moments. And that's one of the keys when you're a pitcher. You have to be able to get the outs when you especially need them. And for 4 consecutive innings in that game, in a tight game, she was able to strand runners on third base for Neenah. And that's a good Neenah squad. But now she comes in another tough spot with runners on the corners and nobody out. And Kennedy Nowak at the plate. Pitch taken for a strike, throw to second, goes all the way into center field. 1 run will score. Here comes a throw to third, and not able to scoop it up and get the tag down was Taylor Defner. So a stolen base, a throwing error, a run scores, and it's now 9-1 Pulaski with the lead. So runner on third, nobody out, no balls and one strike. Kennedy Nowak. Pitch is in there for strike two called. So a three-run outburst here for Pulaski and still nobody out in the inning. Pitch is up and away. Ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nowak. She walked and scored back in the second inning, was hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth and flew out to center field in the fifth. There's a ground ball towards second base. Scooped up there by Bushong. She'll flip to first in time for the out, but a run does come in and score to make it 10-1. So 4-3 ground ball for Nowak, but she does get an RBI on the play. So 1 out, nobody on base. Back to the top of the order for Pulaski in Molly Moulton. Moulton has had herself a very good afternoon. Schultz with the pitch. There's a liner into left field for a base hit. It will be picked up and fired back in by Jenna Gravine. I was saying that Moulton has had herself a very good afternoon. That is her third base hit. She is 3 for 4 with a walk, a couple of runs scored, and an RBI as well. Now Josie Shaw will come to the plate, another left-handed hitter. She is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Good fastball from Caitlin Butler for strike 1 called. The right-hander has the target. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled back, and that's strike 2. Again, Caitlin Butler's come in here again, throwing strikes. It was not flawless in terms of the control in the first game, but I thought, for a first performance, again, really was solid in so many different ways for the Warriors. I think if she pitches at that level for much of the season, she's going to win more than her share of games. 0-2. Misses up and away for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Then I'm very curious to see how it goes in Arizona next week. See how they do in those 4 games. One ball and 2 strikes. Taylor Murkowski puts down the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch. Fastball rises up and out of the strike zone. And the count evens up at 2-2. And the pitch inside and scooping their feet out of the way was Shaw. And the count runs full, 3-2. Full count now as battling back is Josie Shaw. Taking a moment. Resetting is Caitlin Butler. Now she'll toe the rubber, look in for the target. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good fastball by Butler. Throws it past Shaw, and that's out number 2. Now, Camry Dorn, the pitcher, who has done the work as well in the batter's box for Pulaski, will step in. She had a single, scored a run in the first, flew out the left in the third, had an RBI single in the fourth, and an RBI ground ball in the sixth. 2 for 4 overall, 1 run scored and 2 runs batted in. Pitch is a fastball, low and in. One lead for Pulaski. They've blown it open here in the 7th with 4 runs. Down to second. Oh, and it was in time, but it scoots past into center field, but not able to advance was Moulton. So a runner on second. 1 ball. Strike on Dorn. And the pitch. Ooh, good fastball Little look in from Butler. That was a very close pitch, but called for ball 2. And the pitch, and there's a ground ball towards shortstop. Elke will pick. She'll fire across in time. 6-3 on the putout, and that will end the Pulaski 7th inning. 4 runs come across in the frame for the Red Raiders. 4 runs on just a pair of base hits, and 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. Final chance here for the Warriors. They trail 10-1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Heading to the bottom half of the 7th inning, the Wausau West Warriors opening up their season with a pair of games today here at DC Everest. First game, they fell to Neenah 5-3. Here in game number 2, they trail Pulaski 10-1 as the Warriors come to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first pitch of the inning is to Brooklyn Kalmus, freshman right-handed hitter, taken for ball 1. She's getting her first AB of the game. She has been the right fielder, the flex player. And there's a swing and a miss, and that evens things up at 1-1. Looking at this Wausau West roster, they do have a pretty good group of seniors that we heard from about in the pregame show from Coach Jamie Hughes. There's a swing and a foul tip, and the count is now 1-2. But they got a couple of freshmen that are both, I think, very good-looking players. You got we saw Brianne Bushong, the second baseman, who's I thought swung the bat very well these 2 games. And here is Brooklyn Kalmus, and there is a swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. But have to really be impressed with the pitching today for Pulaski and Camry Dorn. Dorn has just been stellar. Warriors have had a hard time getting to her, the left-handed junior. Only a couple of base hits in this game. Here's that other freshman, Brianne Bushong. She is 0 for 2 here in this game. First pitch missed for ball 1. 1-0. Dorn fires. Fastball drops a little bit low, and that's ball 2. The thing, though, that I've liked about Brianne Bushong here today is if you just watch her, she looks so comfortable in that right-handed batter's box. She looks like she knows exactly what her plan is, as that pitch is in at the top of the zone for a called strike 1. I mean, even here, she sets up, has her cues that she's trying to think about. 2-1. Fastball misses up and away, and that's ball 3. Taylor Murkowski in the on-deck circle here for Wausau West. And the pitch. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Scooped up by Josie Shaw. She'll flip across in time. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. So that will leave it up to Taylor Murkowski. Right-handed batter, hands up high near the right ear hole. Dorn's pitch. There's a pop-up, third base side, coming over and making the grab in foul territory is Ella Morozek, and that will do it. So, very impressive performance here for Pulaski as they open up their season, defeating the Wausau West Warriors by a score of 10-1. We'll come back, have our post-game show coming up next. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to
It would help if I unmuted myself, wouldn't it? I was so worried about getting back on the air quickly, but I'm sorry about that. Chad Holmes again back here from DC Everest and the Green Heck Turner Community Center, where the Wausau West Warriors fall here in their second game 10-1 to Pulaski after losing to Neenah 5-3 in the first game. Just quickly to recap the action here in game number 2. Pulaski got an RBI single from Madison Bloom that would score Camry Dorn in the first inning to make it 1-0. Then they would score twice in the second inning, an RBI double by Eiley Pierquist, and also another run would score on a fielder's choice to make it 3-0. Then Pulaski would get a couple of runs in the fourth inning. An RBI single by Molly Moulton and an RBI single by Camry Dorn, and that would make it 5-0. The Warriors would score a run, their only run, in the bottom half of the fourth inning. A single by Jaden Kalmus, stolen base, and then an RBI ground ball by Taylor Bauer, and that made it 5-1. But then Pulaski would add a run in the top of the sixth inning, an RBI ground ball by Dorn, made it 6-1, and then a 4-run outburst in the top of the seventh inning would really pull away Pulaski. They got an RBI single by Eiley Pierquist, an RBI ground ball by Kennedy Nowak, and also a couple of other runs would come across on throws, and that would make it 10-1. So 10-1 is the victory today for Pulaski over Wausau West here in the second game for the Warriors at this Wausau West, I should say at this DC Everest Softball Invitational here at Green Heck Turner Family Arena. Well, I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. These are the first broadcasts that we've had here on our Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And again, it's going to get better. It's going to get better because, again, this is a tough location to get any kind of really good sight lines. And as we continue, in about a week and a half, we don't have anything next week because spring break is happening and the Warrior softball team heading to Arizona. As much as I want to go to Arizona, unfortunately not able to make it. But we'll be back on Tuesday, the 7th of April, for our first Wausau West baseball broadcast, as the Warriors will head back to where they played their last game, the playoff game last year at Menominee. It was a great game. It was a extra inning affair, and the Warriors came up short. But they'll start off their 2026 season at Menominee on Tuesday, the 7th of April. We'll have the game live for you, starting with the pregame show at 4:15 and the first pitch at 4:30, right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. But between now and then, go to wausauareasports.com. I am putting up content as much as I possibly can, trying to cover the area high school sports. And just check out the sports news on wausauareasports.com. You can continue to follow our broadcast schedule as well, as we try to get this off to a roaring start. Also, again, there's a contact link at the homepage. Just go to the contact area. If you have any questions, you have any comments, have any story ideas, any suggestions, feel free to let us know. But again, this was our first day. I just wanted to make sure the equipment worked, number one. And we're going to try to take it up big notches for that next broadcast when we get back together on Tuesday, April the 7th. But here today, it is Wausau West in the first game, falling to Neenah 5-3, and then they fell here today in the second game to Pulaski by a score of 10-1. Thanks to our sponsors. And again, if you're somebody that is interested in helping make this work, because in order for me to continue to do it, I do need to get some sponsorship as well. Please reach out. Again, go to wausauareasports.com in the contact area, and be able to contact me, and I'll be able to get you any information that you would need in terms of sponsorship. And it really is, I think, very, very affordable. That's one thing I want to try to do here, is to give an opportunity for folks to partner up and to help bring Wausau area high school sports coverage in this new way. Hopefully not just for the short term, but for the long term as well. So again, go to wausauareasports.com, go to the contact area, reach out, and I'll be able to get you some information on that as well. But again, thanks to everybody who was able to join us here today, and we'll look forward to being back with you on Tuesday, April the 7th, when the Warrior baseball team takes on Menominee. From Green Heck Turner Community Center at DC Everest, I'm Chad Holmes. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks to Cloverbelt Credit Union. Cloverbelt Credit Union, really, I'm just so thrilled that they've been able to show the support again to me and to our broadcasts as they continue with me as they've done for so many years in our broadcast. Cloverbelt Credit Union since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee Airport. And thanks again as well to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of this project as well. Go to WisconsinValleyConference.org, and you'll be able to check out upcoming broadcasts, upcoming events where you can come out and see Wausau West student athletes in action. So again, check that out as well. But again, 5-3, Neenah over West, and now 10-1, Pulaski over Wausau West. I'm Chad Holmes, and this has been Wausau West Warrior High School Girls Softball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.